I suppose I should turn up. Speaking of which, I didn't turn up the box cast. So the YouTube now, the people that are going to go back and watch this will be able to do that. I always forget to turn that one up. But so that's going to be Tuesday night as well as boys JV. But yeah, that's Mankato East comes to town, and then the girls are going to be over in Rochester for basketball. Thursday, as of right now, we got some basketball. Looks like the boys 7th and 8th they're over in Austin. 9A is against St. Charles. Then we got 9A girls versus Mankato East at Albert Lee. Boys hockey is against Northfield in Northfield. As of right now, pending a Tiger win, you would be also looking at girls hockey Thursday night for the sections. Should the Tigers win today, we will be at the section match on Thursday for coverage on that, which radio only, just like tonight, it'll be a radio only per our agreement with the Minnesota State High School League. If that does not take place on Thursday, then we will be bringing you girls varsity basketball. Me and Skinnis, maybe Caldy will stop on in and grace us with his camera presence. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, well, you were talking hockey there for a second. Let's give a little shout out to Brua, who scored his
100th point.
100th point for high school hockey.
Yeah, that was this week.
So congratulations, young Brua. Nice work.
Yeah, very. It's one of those feats that are very impressive feat in high school. I know also this week, I believe it's Dylan Gross. I apologize if it's Devin. I'm sure Steve-O, if he's listening, he'll let me know. I believe he got his 100th win this week as well for wrestling.
Wrestling, yes.
Adam Kahn did get his 1,000th point. I think that was last week, though.
Yeah, Adam Kahn was last week.
Actually, Carter Kahn.
Carter, I'm sorry, yeah.
Adam did not. It's been a few years since he's got 1,000 points. Let's be honest there. But yeah, like I said, so a lot of exciting sports this week as well. And then tomorrow, it's the big Super Bowl, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here later. Of course, coverage for your Super Bowl starts at 4 p.m. here on Power 96. So if you maybe you're out and about, driving around, or you just don't want to sit and listen to the sports broadcast, because maybe you're one of those that I don't know who's going to be calling it. It's not Joe Buck, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know who's calling it.
So not sure who's calling. I'll have to look
Hopefully
that up.
It's not Troy Aikman.
Yeah, some people don't like listening. You can actually listen to the coverage here on 96.1 FM. Let's go ahead and we're going to take this time. Every other week we do it. It's the Austin Bruins Insider. And Mr. Coyer, he has phenomenal guests all the time. Of course, a couple weeks ago was the first goalie he had ever had. And today is Mr. Jack Solomon. Jack Solomon, and I think he will go through his journey. Last year, one of the top goalies in the NAL, let's just say that. And goes, and he ended up, it just worked out where he came back, and now he's recommitted now again to a D1 school. So let's hear a little bit here. It's Mr. David Coyer and Jack Solomon on this week's Austin Bruins Insider here on Power 96.
It's a special Paint the Rink Pink edition of Austin Bruins Insider here on Power 96 and KQPRFM.com. That's right, tonight is Paint the Rink Pink night over at Riverside Arena as the Austin Bruins take on the St. Cloud Norsemen. But for now, I'm the voice of the Bruins, David Coyer, welcoming our second goaltender of the season to the program. I've been wanting him on for such a long time, and he's not a guy who likes to do media a whole lot, and so, finally convinced him to join us. It's second-year Bruin, Jack Solomon. Jack, welcome to Austin Bruins Insider. Thanks for finally agreeing to come on the program.
Thanks, DK.
And, we talked about on your goal line to goal line earlier this year. You went to, the camp down with the St. Louis Blues. And when you were down there, you got professional media training, or at least a little bit of it. And yet you're still not a big fan of doing media, even though you and I always have great conversations. Why don't you like being in the spotlight?
I don't know, like, I feel like it's just not me. Like, I have to put on a performance, but yeah, I just don't love doing media stuff.
That's fair. I mean, your play out on the ice always tells the story at the end of the day, and that you let that speak for itself. But second year with the Austin Bruins. Last year you started the season with the team. You were one of the constants here in net, at least for that first half of the season. You were a big part of that 22-game point streak for the Austin Bruins, getting a lot of those wins. Talk about your experience, at least in the first half of last season when you were still getting accustomed to things here in Austin.
Yeah, it was a little bit different, just coming from Canada and the style of play and stuff. But with that 22-game point streak, it was just doing my best to do my job every night, and then just at least getting a point out of every night kind of thing.
Sure, absolutely. And then, kind of right more at the tail end of it, you got the big call-up. It was right after you got the weekend sweep in Minot, but you got the call-up to go play in the USHL, the Sioux Falls Stampede, and that had a little bit more of a personal tie to you. You had played in Sioux Falls previously and had ties to some of the coaching staff with the Stampede. And it didn't last a whole lot. Just about a month before you came back here to Austin. Can you talk about your experience and really maybe the different style of play that you noticed between the Null here in Austin and playing up in the USHL in Sioux Falls?
Yeah, with playing in the USHL in Sioux Falls, there was a lot of like running gun hockey. There was a lot of odd man rushes and stuff like that. A lot more skill. It's a lot faster, but it's not that much better than all, but it's still better than all, obviously. Sure. But I mean, it was a lot of fun. I got to play the 17s program team. Kind of got lit up, but that's fine. Got to play Madison for 10 minutes, and then a couple weeks later got sent down.
So when you go through that and you get that call up to the USHL and you kind of have the experience that you did, and when you realize you're going to come back to Austin, is that what's going through your head? Are you seeing it kind of as a positive, where you're kind of going back to something that was comfortable, where you were having the success here in Austin, or are you kind of, man, I want to kind of stay here in the USHL a little longer, maybe see if I can prove myself?
I mean, obviously nobody likes getting sent down. Sure. So I mean, I was kind of bummed out that I got sent back here, but at the same time, I love it here. My billets are great.
Yeah.
Coach Howard's great, Coach Robbie's great, Coach Al's great. So it's like, it's a spot that I'm comfortable in. I'm gonna play a lot of games.
No, absolutely. And when you got back here, you were kind of put in a situation, as Coach Howard likes to say, a 1A, 1B situation with Carl Axelson, and you guys were probably one of, if not the best goaltending duo in the North American Hockey League last year. Kind of going through that rotation. First off, before we dive further into you and Carl in net, talk about the relationship that you guys had. I mean, you guys, from my perspective, and I think maybe from some of the fans, it wasn't you guys battling it out for who's going to be the top goaltender. You guys almost complimented each other and really seemed like you had a special bond there out on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, anytime we were together, I mean, every Tuesday pretty much we went over to Tienda and got tacos or burritos together. Monday we always played basketball or something at the Y, so it was always just a healthy competitiveness between us, and it was a lot of fun being with him. I mean, obviously he's ripping up the USHL goalie of the week, I feel like every other week. So, I mean, the kid's a great kid. I love him.
And have you had relationships like that with goalies before? I mean, we talked with Cody Buticus on the program here earlier, and he said, he told me that, you and him are best friends too. Like, you guys aren't really trying to earn that top spot. You guys just support each other out there. Have you noticed that with some of your goalie teammates over the years, or is that kind of you, Carl, Cody, you've just kind of had that special relationship with the two of them?
I mean, my last goalie partner in Canada, I felt like we were pretty good friends, but it's nothing to the level of me, Cody, me, Carl kind of thing. So, I mean, if you're not friends with your goalie partner, it's going to suck all season long being like, oh, I hope this guy gets lit up and stuff. It's like, you never want anything bad for anybody. So you just might as well just root for them and see how far they can go.
And we saw a couple weeks ago in the split, or not the split, excuse me, the sweep of the Minnesota Mallards here. Both nights you got the start. Friday night. He got the start Saturday night, and you guys had some. The one who wasn't starting when they came out on the ice, you guys had some fun celebrations. I mean, it just shows that unique level of relationship that you and Cody have. I mean, just kind of, can you talk a little bit further about kind of how you guys have developed that relationship? Again, you started the season this year with Lincoln, and you kind of came back in and met Cody for the first time. How did that relationship kind of develop with you two?
I mean, obviously getting caught is not the situation you want to be in, and obviously coming into a team that, like, come back to Austin with Cody and Belly. Cody was the starter, and I felt like, I mean, I want to play more games than him, obviously, but at the same time, I want him to succeed in every way possible. So it's just like, I got to root for him. If I root for him, he's going to root for me, and it's just like that kind of relationship.
Absolutely. And going back now to last year, you and Carl, you guys combining for 11 shutouts on the season. You both were chasing the single season shutout record, and I know you were close to getting it there at the end. Carl ended up getting that sixth one that second last weekend of the season. But talk about, was there a little bit of friendly competitiveness when you guys were chasing after that to see who could maybe get that sixth shutout first?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously we both want the record,
Sure.
but he was Saturday Night Carl.
Saturday Night Carl.
Like, I can't do anything about that. And, like, it felt like every Saturday he was just on point. Like, every time he played, he was not giving up anything. The team played awesome. It was just, like, one of those exciting moments to see him just get that 6 shutout, all-time shutout record for a single season, stuff like that. It was just amazing to watch him play.
What do you have any funny stories about Carl? Because again, Carl, he's one of those guys. He's from Sweden, and you know, there was a little bit. You could tell there was a bit of a culture difference. And I remember he was very just particular with me about certain things. There was one picture where it was immediately after a game. He got a shutout. I had used a picture on a Saturday night, like the week before. And he didn't like it. He didn't like how he looked. It was a cropped photo of you and him in North Iowa. You had played, so he had his mask off. He thought he looked ridiculous. Well, the next week he gets a shutout. I post the same picture. I'm telling you, this was maybe 5 minutes after the game is done, and I just posted it. We had a post-game skate. I'm getting a call on Instagram from Carl saying, David, take the photo down now, because he hated it. It kind of became a joke with us, but did you guys have any sort of running jokes or anything that you would kind of tease him with on or off the ice?
No, I had never heard that story.
You've never heard that story? I
story.
can show you the photo too, because it is I even this summer when we did top 5 photos of each player from the season, I purposely put that one in there, and he texted me. He's like, "Of course you put that one in there."
I don't know. I always kind of poked fun at his English a little bit.
Sure.
Because I stutter a lot. He stutters a lot, but it's kind of funny with the Swedish accent. So he's like, so that's the only thing I'd poke fun of him at. But he'd give it right back to me with how I play basketball and stuff like that.
But aside from the shutouts, the team went on a great run at the end of last season, headed to the playoffs. You and Carl split a little bit in the beginning of the Minot series, but then you kind of took over in net. Does that add? Obviously, there's going to be some pressure come playoffs to perform, but mentally, how do you get ready for kind of that situation when you know that the coaching staff is kind of going to run with you in that playoff situation?
I mean, it's kind of like the team. I mean, Carl got sick in playoffs, so that was a situation where I was like, oh, I'm playing every game now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously the team depends on it. I mean, we struggled with scoring a little bit in that end of the Minot series, obviously not Game 5, but in the Bismarck series, so it's just, you got to be ready every night kind of thing. It's no matter what happens during the game, you just got to be ready the next day.
Speaking of that Minot series, I mean, I've talked with Gavin Haruza, I've talked with some of the other players about that Game 4 in Minot. I've never actually really talked with you about it, and I know up in the press box, I was having a panic attack. Second that 3 goals go in and all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm starting to have a panic attack. You go through first overtime, then you go into second overtime. What are you feeling in a situation like that? Obviously, it can't feel good when the lead, you have that nice little lead and then the game ends up getting tied, especially as late as it did. But the further along in that game that the team goes, what's going through your head?
I mean, we've gone through how many overtimes this year, kind of thing.
Oh my gosh, you guys are going to give me a heart attack this year.
Couple,
again.
yeah, I know. But like going through that game, saw the 3 goals evaporate in basically 3 minutes, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my god, this is not how I want to end my junior career at that point. But I was kind of just like, the puck doesn't get any smaller is what I tell Cody, is what I tell myself, and it was kind of just like, nothing changes. It's just straight 5-on-5 hockey still.
So you're not even focused on the fact that, next goal could end the season, anything like that. You're just focused on, I'm keeping this puck out and my guys in front of me are going to do it.
Yeah, it was just get in the way of the puck. I don't care how I stop it, kind of thing. Just
Sure.
try and get in the way.
Sure. And that, and then take over Game 5, end up winning Game 1 in Bismarck. Of course, the season didn't end the way the team wanted, but now you're back this year, and it's been a pretty wild season so far. I mean, there's been some games where it's, at the end the team blows out, or there's been some closer games. What are some differences that you've noticed between this year's team and last year's team?
I mean, this year's team, we have the Twins this year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was that line of Luke, Lorenza, was it EJ?
EJ, the All-Canadian line.
The All-Canadian line. And it was just like, it's kind of the same thing, but I feel like this year we have a little bit more depth scoring. When those guys aren't on their game, we have other guys like Lipset, Roos sometimes, Willie starting to score more. So it's kind of like I have more confidence that I can maybe give up 1 or 2 and not have to perform. I mean, obviously I want to perform at my best every night, but even when I'm off, like in that Minot game when I first got back, I let in like 3 goals and we still won the game. Like last year, I felt like I couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm. No, and I'm sure that takes a little bit of pressure off of you as well. But I know many of your teammates have always complimented you on the fact that they know that even if they make a mistake, you're the last line of defense back there, and they're confident that you can make those stops. And we've seen that many a times where you've been making incredible saves to keep the puck out. I mean, even 2 weeks ago against the Mallards on that Friday night, there were plenty of highlight reel saves that you made. What does it mean to you to know that your teammates have that sort of confidence in you?
I mean, I just want to instill confidence in them with the way I play. So, like, if I feel like I play my best game, that in turn gives them confidence to go, maybe they don't want to go for that 50-50 puck all the time, but when I'm behind them making those saves, I feel like they have the confidence to step up in that play and have like a better chance of winning that battle.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's really cool, that kind of little back and forth relationship you have with them. And of course, I'm sitting here with second-year Bruin Jack Solomon here on Power 96 KQPRFM.com for Austin Bruins Insider. One cool thing that happened earlier this season as well, making a NCAA Division I commitment to the Air Force Academy. You're going to be joining Xander Lipset there, and you kind of made the joke you can't shake lip whatsoever. But it'll be cool that you guys get to be teammates there next year. But making that commitment, what does it not only mean to you to be able to continue to play hockey at the Division I level, but why Air Force?
Air Force was kind of a school that was on me a lot last year.
Sure.
And then when I committed to Lowell, it kind of pittered out a little bit. Then earlier this year when I got sent back to Austin, I got decommitted from Lowell, which was not super happy about that, but that's any time you get decommitted. And but Air Force, my dad was in the Navy, my uncle, my grandpa were in the Army, so it's kind of like continuing that lineage of service.
No, that's awesome. And it's cool, like you kind of mentioned there, you had committed to UMass Lowell last year, get decommitted, but still getting that Division I commit to Air Force. So still pretty cool for you there to be able to move on after this year. But focusing on the rest of the year, the team's kind of doing well right now in first place. What does this team have to do? It's kind of been, there's been some weekends that have been iffy weekends, but for the most part, team seems to bounce back. Less than half the season to go. Really, in the last third of the season, a big playoff push coming up here. What does this team have to do to kind of make that run and continue to be one of the best teams in the Central Division?
Yeah, first we got to win tonight against St. Cloud for Pink the Rink and stuff. But then it's all sights set on that Aberdeen weekend, the Minot weekend. All those weekends are all big for points. Bismarck is 5 points behind us, Aberdeen 7, so it's all really close.
Yeah, no, a lot of tough. Still got 4 games against Aberdeen coming up at the end of February. 4 straight games against Minot, which is never a walk in the park. And then, of course, second to last weekend of the season, a big, what could be a deciding factor for that top team in the Central against the Bismarck Bobcats. A couple more questions for you here as we near the final minutes here of Austin Bruins Insider. Again, another kind of been pumping your tires a little bit with some of these accolades that you have in Bruins history, but with your win on Saturday night against the Minnesota Mallards, that's your 38th win of all time. Now, we are recording this earlier on in the week, so we don't know if you're going to be playing Friday night, Saturday night, or both, but you do have a chance to tie the all-time wins record as an Austin Bruins goalie, 39, which would tie Trent Wiemken. What does that mean to you to know that, you've put up some numbers for a team that has produced some great goaltenders? I mean, Mads Søgaard is currently playing in the NHL right now. You got Kyle McClellan, who had a great career at University of Wisconsin. Nick Lear, who's your goalie coach, who went and played at the University of Minnesota, plus countless others that we could name. What does it mean to you to kind of have your name up there as one of the best?
Yeah, it feels pretty great to be up there with those guys, and obviously there's some big names up there, like Kyle. I work with him during the summer sometimes. And then, I mean, I'd love to stack on a few more just for the next guy to work a little bit harder. But and hopefully I can get a few more shutouts to tie Carl at least, get ahead of
You're
him.
tied with Carl right now because you had your shutout back on New Year's Eve, so you're both at 6. I think the record's technically 7 because I think Trent, if I'm not mistaken, I think Trent had 7 shutouts. He just didn't have he didn't have 5 in a single season. Kyle had the 5 in a single season.
Yeah, hopefully I can get 2 or 3 more shutouts this year, knock on wood.
Hey, there's a long enough season. You could still get 7.
Yeah.
That way you could beat
Oh,
Carl.
my God. I don't know if I can do that. I'd be like every weekend.
You'd basically have to get it the rest of the season at this point. But that's great. With Paint the Rink Pink Night, this will be your second Paint the Rink Pink Night. What does Pink Night mean to you?
I mean, obviously it's the biggest night of the year. The ice is pink. Basically, it's packed. The town already now is everything's pink. Mm-hmm. Flags are pink. The YMCA's packed all the time because of New Year's. Everybody has their pink stuff on, so it's just an amazing environment to be in Austin at this time.
That's awesome, and it should be fun to get everybody out again, especially for a team this year where a lot of people were here last year, so everyone gets to kind of experience it for their second time, but also all the guys doing it for the first time. As we close up this episode of Bruins Insider, always have to do our this or that's at the end of the episode, and we did it with Cody, and most of these are a little bit more for skaters, not as much goalies. So I'm going to ask you some. Imagine yourself as a skater, or if you want, it's even funnier if you do it from a goalie's perspective, but I'll give you 2 options. You pick which one you would prefer. You ready?
Yeah.
Breakaway or one-timer?
Oh.
So again, I think I want to hear this from you in a forwards perspective, because it could be, which would you rather face as a goalie, a breakaway or a one-timer? I want to hear, if you were skating and you were about to take a shot, would you want to do it on a breakaway or a one-timer?
I have some stone hands, so we're hopefully going to take a one-timer.
Okay. You're still looking for that goalie goal. Yeah, 2 assists this year, though.
Yeah.
Top shelf or 5-hole?
Oof. I still think about this from a goalie's perspective, but I don't know. I feel like top shelf's more of like the highlight reel goal.
Sure. I don't know. I mean, Matsby had both of them this last weekend. Both of them were pretty highlight goals. He had the 5-hole on the shorthand, and then he went bar down.
Yeah, I guess so.
He went bar down on the game winner on Saturday. As a team, so this is kind of probably a little bit more as a goalie as well, shutout or OT winner?
Oof. OT winner.
OT, think. Okay, so you're sacrificing that shutout that would help you catch Carl. I get it. Would you rather play on the power play or on the PK?
Oh.
You're basically already on the PK.
And I'm pretty much on the power play.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know, probably the PK just to.
I was about to say, because your story that we talked about last year on goal line to goal line was you always were kind of on the defensive side of things. You liked playing a defenseman, so you ended up just being a goalie. So that makes a little bit more sense for you. Skating drills or shooting drills? Neither of which you typically have to participate in anyway.
I saw EJ earlier this week do some skating drills. Those were, I can see where he gets his explosiveness from. But probably shooting drills.
Again, you have experience with this. Scoring a goal or assist on a goal?
I'd love to score a goal.
You still would, and everybody would love that as well. There has been a goalie goal in the Knoll this season already. You almost had one against North Iowa last year. And then if you were not a goaltender for the team, would you rather be the mascot or the Zamboni driver?
Probably the Zamboni driver.
Okay.
Because I know what happened to that mask.
Jeez.
There's a little bit of taco pizza dust in there.
Oh, my goodness. He's washed it. I don't know. I don't know if you have, and this isn't a dig on you or anything like that, but I don't know if you have the personality to be a mascot.
I don't think I could.
I don't think your eyes out. Again, we talked about at the top of the show how you don't like being on the media and stuff like that. I feel like you got to be willing to get in front of people as a mascot, and I think you'd make a good Zam driver.
I think I'd be.
You take care of the ice.
Yeah, I'd take care of the ice.
There you go.
There we go.
Jack Solomon, we made it through. He finally got through, and he doesn't have to be. You already did your goal line to goal line. You no longer have to do Bruins Insider. Your media responsibilities for the season are done, Jack, as he cheers. But no, we always love having a conversation with Jack Solomon here on Austin Bruins Insider. Again, tonight, Saturday night, Paint the Rink Pink. Tickets will sell out if they haven't already. You can still get them at tickets.austinbruins.com. We can't guarantee that they'll be at the door if the game is sold out. So make sure you come on out, 7:05 puck drop. Doors open at 5 p.m. tonight for the biggest game of the year. Stay after for your chance to win a game-worn Bruins jersey in our jersey auction. You could even win Jacks. So come on out. All proceeds get donated to benefit cancer research at the Hormel Institute. But Jack, thanks for taking your time today to join us here on Bruins Insider. Always lovely chatting with you.
Thanks, DK.
Absolutely. For everyone with the Bruins organization and Jack Solomon, I've been David Coyer. You've been listening. We're not watching. You're listening to another episode of Austin Bruins Insider right here, the official home of Bruins Insider, Power 96 and KQPRFM.com.
And that is right. Paint the Rink Pink night, of course, tonight over there in Austin. So going to be a good time for those that can make it. And speaking of a good time, tell you what, folks, if you didn't know it, it's Super Bowl tomorrow. And after that, we got Valentine's Day. And what better place to start your shopping for both than at your locally employee-owned Hy-Vee? Still employee-owned, right?
That's right.
That's
sure
right.
Is.
With us now is Chad Adams, the store director here for Hy-Vee in Albert Lea. And Chad, we were talking a little bit before. Been kind of a little busy weekend for you, as well as vendors and just in general, with the Super Bowl this weekend. And what kind of deals do you guys have that's cooking right now?
Well, first off, we all know this is the national snacking holiday weekend of the year for sure. So everything possible. So. But no, I mean, really, really the big things we got going on. Obviously, we have Frito-Lay, $1.99 for Lay's, and Brew Pub Pizzas, which is, pretty much a crowd favorite anymore. So that's an amazing product at $4.99. And then Pepsi 12 packs, $3.99. I mean, that's prices you don't even see anymore at all. So I mean, so that's an amazing deal. So come out.
Is there a limit on that?
It's just a purchase of 4, so you got to purchase 4 at a time. So
heck yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal.
That's a pretty hot deal. And then obviously on the protein side, obviously we have pork shoulder roast. So if you want to make pulled pork in the crock pot tomorrow, pretty easy. Just throw it in the crock pot and let her cook all day, along with some Smokies. And we got Kraft cheese, 5 for $10, so $2 a package for Hy-Vee, our Kraft shredded cheese. So that's a few of the amazing deals that we have. So I mean, but obviously everybody likes their own type of snack. So, but we have about everything from specialty cheese to fresh hamburger buns from our bakery to obviously if you want steaks, we got some great deals on some T-bones back there, $9.99 a pound for Choice Reserve T-bones, freshly cut here at the store.
So, and speaking of that, I know with the meat, do you guys have made-up meat and cheese trays somewhere here in the store?
We have a few right now, but we're going to
left.
get some more.
Okay.
Yep, so we're going to get those made today too as well. But But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff for you to choose from for sure. So I mean, we even got some covered dipped strawberries already.
Oh,
Chocolate covered strawberries already starting in to get ready for next week.
Yes.
So.
And,
yeah, let's not forget about next week. As you walk into Hy-Vee, as soon as you walk in the door, you can see the balloons, the candy, the flower arrangements that are all preparing for all you gentlemen out there and females also for your Valentine's weekend. So Chad and his crew have it going on here at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, we're prepping everything right now to get ready to go, and we'll be ready to serve you. So go ahead and place your orders. You can go to Hy-Vee.com, place your orders if while you're watching the game tomorrow, and get the orders in, and we'll be more than glad to either if you could pick them up or we can deliver them to wherever you wish in the Albert Lee area.
Well, and that's with your delivery. When do you need to have that order in for delivery on Saturday?
So you need to have it in by noon. So noon the previous day. So get that in on that Friday. So get that in so we can get it out to you, and we'll get it all scheduled to get everything arranged. And what's neat this year, obviously, you can actually order online other added on items to your order. So
nice.
So if you want something from the bakery, you want something from food service, you want something from obviously covered strawberries, you want a tray, you want a charcuterie tray, whatever you want. So it can all be delivered at the same time to your house. So just go and place your full order in, and we'll get it all arranged and get it to your home or business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really neat. You guys are doing the additional things because, yeah, maybe it's going to be for an office, and you decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to get my office people a little Valentine or whatever, and like I said, have it just delivered. Like I said, really convenient. Just before noon. If you're going to have it delivered on Saturday, it has to be noon before. So if they want it delivered on Friday, maybe to surprise your sweetheart at work, you would want to have that in by Thursday at noon then.
Yep, if you can do that. I mean, there is like a 8-hour cutoff before that time, but if you push it in that day, that's fine too. So we'll make it happen. So just get your orders in. If you have to call the store, if you don't have access on your mobile device or computer at home, go ahead and call in. We'll take care of you.
Now, as far as with the other food service items, things like that, you guys do daily deals all the time. I mean, whether it's for breakfast or you just walking through. But you guys are doing something new now here on Monday nights.
Yep, we're starting to do, back when we were uncertainty there for a little bit, we did those community meals about 2 months or so ago. And so we decided as a company we're going to start Monday meals every Monday, $4. Kids eat free with the paid adult, obviously. So we had a pasta and meat sauce this past Monday. This week we have chicken and biscuits or a high chai rice bowl. So for $4, and obviously if you bring your kiddos in, they'll be free with a paid adult. So, and then so that's this Monday coming up on the 9th and the 16th, which is President's Day, obviously. It's pulled pork with mashed potatoes and gravy and baked beans on that Monday. So a little outlook. Just stay tuned. We have these meals will be going all the way through March, and so we'll definitely get the information out to you here in the next week or so. What's going on in March for those meals as well.
Now, you guys have a little something going on next door next Saturday as well.
Yeah. So Nicole does a great job at our wine and spirit store. I mean, all types of variety. But we have a bourbon raffle that's will be Saturday at 9 a.m. I'm looking here at all the varieties. We have about 10 varieties right now, 9 varieties of different bourbons that will be there. So if you haven't, come to the store, the Wine and Spirit store. Go over there, put your name in the drawing box, and then we'll see you at 9 o'clock over at the Wine and Spirit store. And what a great way to treat somebody with a nice bourbon.
Well, and that's just it. Valentine's Day. What better way of getting yourself a little something for Valentine's Day? A nice little bottle of bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, I can add this. They do have a Blatton's Hy-Vee store pick over there. Probably, I believe there's 9 to 12 bottles. I was talking to Nicole yesterday on it.
Yep.
And, hey, there's a lot of Blatton fans out there, and there's nothing wrong with getting a store pick. So anybody who collects a little bit of bourbon is well aware of that.
The store picks are always one of those that people are after. So that'll be next Saturday. Of course, you guys have the gas station with the fuel saver still. Now, the Vikings didn't do quite so well as what we were hoping. Of course, they're done for the year now. But you guys are always running fuel savers here in the store where you get additional discounts there at the gas station.
Yeah, so we actually just launched a program this week, and we added 7,000 items in the whole store that have a fuel saver at least 1 penny or more. So good way for you to come in, choose what we have on fuel saver. It's throughout the whole store, so it's not just the groceries portion of the store. It's all the way through every department. So come and stock up, save at the pump, and hopefully you get enough rewards to get yourself a free tank of gas, or at least 1 cent a gallon.
Yeah, because
hopefully
you can't give it away, so you do have
Yep.
to charge.
Yeah.
Yep, it does roll down to 1 penny no matter what. But yeah, coming on in. I mean, we've got a lot of fuel savers. We've been working on it the last 2 weeks really because it's so many items. But yeah, 7,000. We're over 7,000 items with at least 1 cent or more, and there's some even up to 10 cents depending on the item. So you just have to come and look and choose, and hopefully you can add some rewards to your fuel saver card.
Of course, you guys have all your different meal kits, things like that. What is your go-to Super Bowl snack, or what do you like to eat during the Super Bowl?
Oh, my favorite? Honestly, I just like a good old cheese dip with some Tostitos scoops. That's what I like.
Yeah.
That's my go-to. But yeah, I think this year I want to do some ribs or something with some protein and chicken wings, obviously. So we got quite a few people coming over, so that's what I'm going to kind of get ready for. So nothing's wrong with the little wing bar. That's
No,
for sure.
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
I have never had a wing bar, but we should try that sometime. We've had nacho bars, things
We've
like
had
that.
nacho bars, yes.
Yeah.
But the wing bar, and so what would you do? You just normally you fry them up, and then you just have your different dips out there,
Yep,
and
and roll them in the bowl, and probably a whole roll of paper towels. And
yeah, well, you definitely did that.
Hey, but that's a great idea. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So that's and obviously, I'm partial with either team, but hopefully it's a good game. I think it will be a shootout though.
Yeah.
For sure.
And one of the number 14s for the Vikings, former number 14s, will get a Super Bowl. Well, I mean, they're both going to get a Super Bowl. One will have a championship ring.
Yep.
One will be number 14, Sam Darnold, or our old number 14, Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Going to be a good game. No matter what, as long as it's a good game and the numbers go certain ways, that's all you really worry about, And then good food.
Yep. Yeah, and enjoy the company of whoever you invite to your household, or
Correct.
if you go to a local pub or bar or whatever. But hopefully you have a good time, and should be a good day tomorrow. So.
Yep, and you guys are open, so if you notice you forgot something, just get here quick. Like I said, and there's things that all you have to do is heat up.
Yep.
So you can tell your friends you've been slaving all day over the stove, but in all honesty, you just went and warmed it up because they already cooked it for you here at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, it's we have this new brisket queso dip,
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, you just basically warm it up and then just stir everything together, and yeah, it's pretty phenomenal for sure.
Yeah,
so.
Dawn talked about that. Would have been 2 weeks ago, I think, and I ended up taking it. We had a card game, and I took it over there, and it's phenomenal.
Yep.
It is good, and multiple sizes of that. So if it's just maybe you and your Valentine, or if it's a group, that you got all the different sizes of it. So
100%.
any other big things you want people to know?
Well, and then like you mentioned, Valentine's next week, so our bakery's already starting to start prepping and get ready for next week. But and obviously we'll do chocolate covered strawberries next week as well for your special someone. And then like I said, we got all types of floral arrangements we'll be ready to go for you to place your orders in. And so just think of us when we come. I mean, obviously we got nice cheesecakes here in the store that are made in store, plus Cheesecake Factory items as well. So, I mean, we have about everything you would like to purchase for your special someone next week.
Oh, yeah. You can come here to the north side of town, Dave, and Chad, you head out here, you stop in the grocery store, you get what you need. You can grab just about anything, as Chad just said. You head next door to a beverage area, and you can grab your beverage of choice. You head across the street, you get a little gas, and maybe you saved a little money while you were shopping. You can use the savings as you get your gas, and you know what? head home and have yourself a great afternoon. Safe, great afternoon, if I may add.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is
Yep.
is safety, and if you know what, maybe you need it delivered, just make sure you give Chad and his crew a call, not that day, but the day before, and they'll have everything delivered. So, Chad, well, I want to thank you for everything you guys do here for Power 96, for having us out here, and I know it's going to be, like I said, not only a busy day today, but next week.
Yep.
And I know when
Yep.
I used to have friends that the whole crew, and that's what they would do from morning until night, was the flower department.
Yeah, we got
It's
about
crazy.
right now. I think 5 delivery teams ready to roll. So we I'll get
it's
everything
crazy.
organized for delivery times and delivery routes, and so we'll get everything ready to go for Valentine's next week. But it is definitely around the corner. So ready or not, it's here.
Yeah.
here we
so
come.
whether you need something for your sweetheart or your sweet tooth, get on here to your Albertley Hy-Vee and see Chad and his crew. Chad, thank you so much for stopping in. We'll be right back here with more on Tiger Sports Saturday, here live from Hy-Vee.
This weekend, hockey means more in Austin. Join the Austin Bruins for Paint the Rink Pink as we skate to support cancer research at the Hormel Institute. Watch the Bruins hit the ice in pink, honor survivors, remember loved ones, and fight for a cure together. Puck drops this Saturday at Riverside Arena at 7:05, and you can get your tickets now at tickets.austinbruins.com. Paint the rink pink, because every fight matters.
Lots of guys buy jewelry this time of year. Call it Valentine's Day insurance. Hey, you need something to help her forget about that dead bait you left in the car after last week's ice fishing trip. But insuring collectibles like jewelry and even Uncle Ed's comic book collection can be complicated. The experts at Americana Insurance can walk you through the ins and outs and make sure your investment is covered. Trust us, you'll thank yourself. Americana Insurance in Albert Lee, Wells, and Ellendale. Look us up at AmericanaInsurance.com. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day.
You're next to order. Please pull forward.
You know, Josh, when you said you were springing for lunch, I didn't think you meant drive-through fast food.
Ah, come on, man. Money's been tight lately, and these high gas prices are killing me.
You pay full price at the pump? Get your head out of the sand and start using Upside.
What's Upside?
Come on, dude. Upside is the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it every time I fill up my tank.
Does that really add up?
I've already banked around $200.
That's serious cash.
Hi, can I take your order?
Yeah, I'm ordering the free Upside app to start earning cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ORDER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
CBS News Brief. The polar vortex is causing misery and dangerously cold temperatures from the Great Lakes to the Northeast. On top of that, there are high wind alerts. CBS News meteorologist Craig Allen.
This actually may turn out to be the most bitter outbreak that we will see through the entire winter season.
People are still marveling at the pageantry of the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics last night.
My favorite part was when the rings kind of like exploded.
You were cheering really loud, weren't you?
There's another message about Nancy Guthrie. She's the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. CBS's Elaine Quijano.
Authorities have not shared what the message says or how it was delivered. Nearly a week after her disappearance, they returned to the Guthrie home yesterday to continue their investigation.
People on social media have been sifting through photos and videos, trying to help. CBS News Brief. I'm Allison Keys.
Power 96.
And once again, we're here live from your Albert Lee Hy-Vee for Tiger Sports Saturday. I want to thank our Tiger Sports Saturday sponsors again, of course, Hy-Vee and Albert Lee, Americana Insurance, the Pizza Ranch, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, and the Austin Bruins. And of course, without our sports boosters, we won't be able to do what we do, and that is bring you local sports on local radio. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to thank our sports boosters right now. I'm also looking here on one thing. So here we go. Of course, Americana Insurance, Bayview Freeborn Funeral Home, Southern Minnesota Branding, On the Spot Appliance, Arcadian Bank, Derek's Preferred Auto in Blooming Prairie, Star Granite Works, GT Window and Door, Gutters by GT, the Austin Bruins, Elf Orthodontics, Trades and Labor Federal Credit Union, Thompson Sanitation, Young Construction and Roofing, Nick's Meats in Hayward, South Main Auto Service in Austin, Freeborn County Solid Waste, North Star Power Sports, Big Cats Customs in Clarks Grove, the Overhead Door Company, the Alberley Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sorensen's Appliance in Geneva, Collins Auto Repair, Hanson Tire Service of Austin, Etc. Credit Union, Marthaler Honda in Owatonna, Design Ready Controls, Hy-V in Albert Lee, Jake's Pizza, Shell Rapid Lube, Aero Printing, Wasika Inc., and Northland Buildings, Rich Yost, dealer on that. Of course, your contact, I want to thank Rich. New sports booster here with Northland Buildings, where they specialize in post-frame buildings, flexible designs, durability, and functionality. You can go ahead and contact Rich Yost, 507-402-2165, and northlandbuildings.com. So thank you again to all of our sports boosters. I said we'd talk a little bit here about the Super Bowl. Some little known facts, of course. It is Sunday, February 8th. Kickoff is scheduled for 6:30 Eastern, so 5:30 our time. Originally I thought it was 5, but Power 96 has coverage starting at 4 p.m. Let's just see here. It is on NBC.
Yes, it is.
So your commentators are Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth. So that's not horrible. I don't mind listening to them, but once again, turn off the volume on your TV and listen here on Power 96. This is actually Tirico's first time to call the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I was going to look here, too. I know when it opened, I believe it was Seahawks minus 4.5. Someone had said it went to like 5.5. I didn't get to see now today.
I believe it was at 5 this morning.
5?
Yes.
And I think the over-under was 47.
I didn't look at the over-under. I can find that real quick.
He's going to find that out. But this is the 10th time rematch in NFL history. The winner of the first meeting is 6-3 in the second meeting. So that is a little crazy. Of course, Patriots, they went 14-3 this year, winning the East. They actually ended the Bills' 5-year streak of division crowns, which the Bills ended up wrecking Tom Brady's and the rest of them down there when they had that. And but yeah, like I said, it is crazy to see what New England went from last year to this year. Once again, with a good quarterback coming in and things like that. Speaking of good quarterbacks, let's talk about the Seahawks. They got a quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
They went out and they got Sam Darnold, who I was one of them that also I didn't like what he showed in the playoffs. But once again, our line was destroyed.
Yeah, he's showing a different side of him.
Yes.
And I'll quote a phrase that I know I'll get scolded for here, but correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but I believe Mr. Brad Skinnis would say, you know what? It's a game. It's going to be played hard. And let's hope that Sam Darnold can break his little streak when it comes to the playoffs. So
yeah. And you look at some of these quarterbacks, top pick quarterback, I think he was number 2. And he's going, like I said, against May, who was 7th, 8th, somewhere in there.
I believe he was the 8th pick.
8th, yeah. May went to a New England team that was not very good, but they built around him.
They did. That they did.
Darnold at the Jets, they really didn't build around him. When you look at all these quarterbacks, of course, this year again, the MVP, Matt Stafford.
Yes.
Went to the Lions. What did the Lions really have at that point? Okay, you got Megatron, but outside of that, they didn't really have anything.
No, they had a running back too, but they didn't have things to protect.
Correct.
Mr. Stafford. So.
And of course, that was a phenomenal move to the Rams.
Yes.
Stafford has really shined since going to the Rams, which there were talks he could have came to the Vikings, and just what ifs. We have so many what ifs as Viking fans. Even Bear fans. You look basically with with how they've adjusted their team over the last couple of years with all those high draft picks and things like that. You know, if you build around a young quarterback, you can really work on some things.
You can work on a lot of things. Dave, you had me look up the Super Bowl spread is now 4.5.
Okay.
The over-under is 45.5.
Okay, so I think that did go down a little bit.
Yes, and then New England is a plus 190. So
if you're going south,
yes,
that's if you're going to look at the money line, that's a good bet. But I would shy away from that because
would I.
I don't believe, and I know you like the Patriots in this one.
I really do. I just like we were talking or you were saying earlier. I appreciate the quarterback play. I'm not a fan of Sam. Sam has, I guess, when I was cheering on the Vikings when they were in the playoffs and the Bears weren't, he just didn't provide. So I'm kind of hoping that New England can do it without Tom Brady. You know, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, and I think no matter what, fans aren't excited about the two teams in there because they were really hoping it would have been someone different.
Correct.
Because we have seen the Seahawks, of course, a lot of times they always went through the Vikings to get there as well, you know. But, Patriots, you kind of seen them a lot. So it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out with the defenses too. I mean, they got really good defenses on each side of that ball.
And Seattle won't have their 12th person on the field because they're not at home. They are in the 49ers stadium. So,
but normally the 12s, they do travel pretty good. So I wonder I didn't get to see how much tickets were, but I wonder how much was spent out of Seattle fans.
I would imagine a good chunk of change.
Being so close.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. It's a short jaunt for them.
Yeah. Shorter than the Patriots.
True. Very true.
Oh, okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead. This has been Tiger Sports.
Power 96.
See, I